2014, hundreds of unmarked soldiers, bearing no insignias of their own country, invaded and established checkpoints in the Crimean cities of Simferopol and Sevastopol. Done in a series of surprise military exercises meant to check the combat readiness of Western and Central armed forces. It is believed, however, that the true purpose of these exercises was to occupy several military bases, as well as the Crimean Parliament, in order to hold an illegal referendum that ultimately led to the controversial annexation of Crimea into the Russian Federation. These actions by the Russian government were not unchallenged. The annexation was not recognized by Ukraine or several other Western countries, and the invasion resulted in heightened sanctions that put a stick in Russia's economy by countries affiliated with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. On the 20th of March, 2014, President Barack Obama spoke to the public saying that these are all choices that the Russian government has made, choices that have been rejected by the international community, as well as the government of Ukraine. I've signed a new executive order today that gives us the authority to impose sanctions, not just on individuals, but on key sectors of the Russian economy. The United States have threatened even more sanctions against the country should it refuse to back down. America has not been the only country to take action against Russia's illegitimate seizure of the Crimean Peninsula. According to the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Australia has put sanctions on Russia, effective the 19th of March, 2014, that prevents the export of arms and ammunition, as well as any materials that may help in the production of oil. The European Union has also implemented sanctions affecting state finances, energy, and the arms sector, all of which seen as threatening to Ukraine's sovereignty. Crimea's entrance into Russia is often met with distaste and scorn. However, many people also support the annexation. According to Russian President Vladimir Putin, the 1954 transfer of Crimean control to Ukraine was a violation of Soviet law, and that the annexation of the country back into Russia only rights a historical wrong. Putin also claimed that the seizure of the Crimean Peninsula was necessary and proper because there was no legitimate authority in Ukraine, and that Russia's had a responsibility to defend the region that was primarily ethnically Russian. When all is said and done, Russia has stated that they have no intentions to move further into Ukraine, and seems to be satisfied with the Crimean Peninsula. The country still continues to work diplomatically on situations that do not involve the return of Crimea to its rightful owners, and this may eventually lead to a pathway that results in Russia's return of the land formerly belonging to Ukraine.